Welcome to Paradise Lovin' Veggies. I'm Samantha Janes.
So you may remember my friend Jeannie today, and the next time I see you, we're going to be making Mexican beans. So
Ooh.
yeah, this is our, it's not my recipe, but it is a recipe that's so amazing. It's one of our staples that you can any time of the year. It's half pinto and half black beans.
Mmm.
So, and it also has all your taco seasonings in here with some tomato sauce. So,
That sounds delicious. Well, I'm going to look forward to that. Thank you.
yeah, so go home and try it out, and then we'll can it up next time.
All right.
See you soon. Today we're back in her kitchen, and she is going to teach us how to make her famous Mexican beans. All right, so I noticed you put something in here, and this looks like this is freeze-dried, is it garlic or onions?
Yeah, so the canned Mexican beans
Oh, chopped onions. Okay.
yeah, it's dried chopped onions.
Okay, and how much did you put in here?
About a teaspoon.
A teaspoon, okay.
So these beans are really good for like canning, as far as you can do refried beans. It's instant taco beans, like taco with your meat, chicken or beef or whatever. And so yeah, we just put all the spices in that you would want to use for tacos.
Okay.
So you don't buy the taco packets
Oh,
at the
right,
store.
okay.
You just dump it, and you don't have to worry about all the nasty stuff that you can't read.
Right, all the chemicals and stuff.
Yeah. So we're doing so here's the chopped onions that we put in already.
Okay.
And then next we're going to put in some chili powder. A teaspoon of chili powder each jar. So just kind of do it as an assembly line.
And you've shared with me before that you actually make this recipe multiple times a year. Your family, you guys do a lot of tacos, and this is one of your staples.
Yeah. Yeah, or like when you're having a gathering and you want to do like a bean dip.
Oh.
This is a perfect.
And do you need the chili powder I brought here?
This is a perfect thing because you just throw your jars in, like 2 jars, in your blender, your Vitamix or your other blender with a little bit of water, and mix it up, and then put some cheese on top and put it in the oven.
Oh,
And
that
it's like
sounds
instant
delicious.
bean dip.
Now I'm craving nachos.
Yeah, so it's like instant. I'm using Oaks. I put double in that one. I'll have to check that one. So yeah, it's instant taco meat, refried beans.
Nice.
Or you could put it like on a salad.
Okay.
Like you just open a jar, put it on a salad. Because you can it in a
Mhm.
pressure cooker, it's edible out of the jar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's the chili powder.
Okay.
And then next is cumin powder. So that's all the stuff that you want for your tacos. Or you could do fajitas, burritos, pretty much whatever your family uses.
And just for viewers, just to kind of reiterate, so a lot of times if you were making, like, let's just say buying a can of, let's say, black beans and then wanting to spice them up, you would be adding like a packet of spice to them, like a taco spice.
Yeah.
But this is kind of an all-in-one. And I noticed that you had rinsed your beans. Are the beans cooked before they go in?
Nope. So
No.
you soak them the night before.
Okay.
And so this recipe and this recipe comes from LittleHouseLiving.com. She's a homesteader in Nebraska,
Oh.
and she has this recipe. And so the beans, you do 3.5 pounds of dried beans, and then you just put them in a big bowl and fill it to the top with water because they do expand.
And you're mixing pintos and black beans,
Yeah.
is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you can do whatever. You could do kidney beans if
Okay.
you wanted. You could do all pinto beans. You could do all black beans.
Okay.
You can do whatever your family's needs are. That's what's great about canning your own products.
Okay.
Because then you get to pick.
Right.
Yeah. So
And
that's-
this, you've got this here, what is
So
this?
this is salt.
Okay.
So with everything that you can, you have to use salt.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it's kind of like, that's your preservative in canning.
Right, okay.
But yeah, so we do salt, and You can use any salt that you want, like some people use Redmond salt, some people do Himalaya salt. I just do regular
Table salt,
Table
like
salt.
table salt, okay.
So this one, we're gonna do a half a teaspoon.
Okay.
So you don't need a whole teaspoon, so that would be really salty. So half a teaspoon in each jar.
And where the other spices are optional, this is not an optional spice.
Yeah.
You've gotta have the salt.
Yeah, some
There's
things-
not very much though.
No, it's not much for.
I would say this would be fine for a low sodium
Yeah.
intake person as well.
Yeah, for sure. And this, a pint is 2 cups. So
Okay,
you gotta think this is gonna be 2 cups of beans
right.
at the end product. And so this is kind of a staple, and let's say you're going on vacation and you're gonna go to an Airbnb and you wanna take some,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, some stuff. You just throw your jar into your bag, and you don't have to have it in a cooler, it should be refrigerated.
Because the canning makes it shelf stable. And today we're gonna be using a pressure cooker, and not using the water bath. We're using a pressure cooker today.
Yeah.
Which is exciting because last time we did the Canning 101, we learned a lot about that pressure cooker.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to actually see it in
See
action.
in action how
Mhm.
scary it is.
Right?
Not too scary. It's like anything. You gotta
And
have-
now, what are
So
we on
now
now?
we're gonna do dry granulated garlic,
Okay,
and I like garlic, so I just kind of don't really.
okay, but that's
So
still
this is
about
a
a half.
half
half a
teaspoon.
teaspoon, okay.
Yeah. And so also, like, if you want it really spicy, you could use some dried jalapenos, some dried habaneros. You can do whatever you want. This is kind of, you get to make it custom for your family. So those are our spices.
Okay,
So to make it extra little bit like delicious and yummy and more moist would be, we also add tomato
oh,
sauce.
okay.
So we're gonna do a,
And this is just regular, try not to show promote any company, they're organic, just tomato sauce.
yeah, and you don't have to use organic, but that's what I use. So it's
And you're using, what do you say, half a cup?
a quarter cup.
Oh, quarter cup, okay.
Let you go through it. So it just kind of moistens the beans, gives them a little extra flavor. A lot of people, after they fry up their meat, or brown the meat, some people do this anyways, before, with the taco seasoning.
Right, right.
That's perfect. Thing is the beans.
All right.
So
And this is the part where it's really important that you're putting in the correct amount so that when you're going through the cooking process, you've got enough room in the jar.
right, because you gotta
Okay.
give it some. You have to give it an inch headspace.
Okay,
So we're gonna fill it to about an inch from the top.
okay,
So
okay.
we want to fill it to about an inch.
Nice.
And then so once we do this, then we show you the next step. So this is like a mix between black and pinto.
Okay.
You can use, like I said, you can use whatever your family likes. You can do garbanzo beans, you can do.
It's kind of nice, these jars actually where the lid goes is actually about the space you're filling them to allow that inch,
Yeah,
which makes it easy as a visual.
yeah, they are going to expand a little bit in the cooking process. So when I open my jars, they're very tight, whereas the jars that you buy at the store, like black beans, there's a lot of liquid in there.
Okay,
You
right,
know, there's like a quarter inch of liquid.
Right.
So the home can, they're packed,
right.
but you just get used to it and you like it. I mean, they're a little bit more broken a little bit because the pressure cooker, the intensity of it versus the store-bought, but
Okay.
we really like it. And it's a lot cheaper. If you think about it, the store, an organic, this is, so I do Azure bulk,
Oh,
the
okay,
pinto and black.
okay.
pounds of beans, dried beans.
Mhm.
So that's like pennies on the dollar
Right.
of each jar. You know, where if you buy a jar of black beans at the store,
You're looking at least $1.
at least $1.
Yeah.
So this is a very big, like if you have a new family or you just want to have it on hand, you eat tacos every week like we do.
And like you said, without having all those extra additives and the ingredients that you can't pronounce, it's really nice to know that you're putting a better quality food into your body.
Yeah, we really enjoy it, and like I said, the shelf life is at least 5 years.
Wow.
So there's no.
Well, you had given me a can, I have to tell viewers, at the end of Canning 101, Jeannie sent me home with a can of these beans. And I promptly ate them and actually have come back a couple times for more because they are really, really good.
So a lot of the canning, if you have any canning questions or concerns about the safety, you can pull up like Google University, like your local extension office.
Oh,
Yeah, so that will give you some help in any safety. A lot of homesteader bloggers will pull it up. That's how I learned that these are safe now without getting the water, is because of the new update from the extension office. So that's a good thing if you guys are just like, can't do this unless I know.
right.
You know,
We
I
definitely want
encourage
to put
that.
safety first when you're canning.
Yeah, absolutely. So get that peace of mind, and then there's lots of Facebook pages of just canning people, and they're always welcome to help and give you support and encouragement. So there's a great world of canning out there. So I need a third tea kettle,
Okay.
and that will sum it up. Just put your index finger through and blank. Look for air bubbles.
Now, what happens if you have an air bubble? It can make you sick, but
No, it can't make you sick. It just kind of maybe the quality of it.
Oh, I
But
see. Okay.
no, like there are some times that I can pears and I forget to check the air bubbles in the syrup,
Oh,
and it's fine. Usually the air comes actually out because during the whole
Okay.
process of canning it in a pressure cooker, which pears you don't have to, you can water bath them, but sometimes to speed it up, I just pressure cook them.
okay.
And even with the water bath, that's what seals a jar is the air.
I see.
Is-
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's what seals it, the heat and the air. So again, to reiterate, these lids have to be brand new. You cannot recycle your lids.
Right.
So again, we're gonna go fill up the thing, and I'm gonna show you how we're gonna double stack the pressure cooker.
Ooh, okay.
Alright, so we are gonna put this in the jar here.
And again, for viewers, the jars are closed, but they're not actually touching.
Yeah, they look like they are, but there's some wiggle room. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 jars in the bottom. And then we put this plate.
Okay. And then just lift that up one more time. I just want to show viewers. So there's like a lip on this, and that lip side is going to go down.
Yeah. Because some of these wide mouth pints aren't always the same height.
Oh, okay.
So kind of balance it out here. Alright, so now we'll fill up the rest of our jars. See how much we got. you could think, oh, well, canning's just too long and tedious for me. But if you think about it, this is probably going to take maybe an hour, and then you have 15 jars of beans, which would be 15 weeks worth of tacos.
Right.
So there's, there's a little bit investment in time at first, but then,
Well, not any more time than actually having to go to the grocery store to buy that either.
yeah, that's true if you think about it. So here we go. We're going to do the rest of our jars in the pressure cooker.
And so we've got 16 jars total in there. Wow.
So then once you got them all in there, nice and set, you're going to put it on, and you rotate it so that the lid, these knobs, knobs are together, and so that's shut. So then we put the heat on, so I do not have my weight on the valve yet, because we need to let it vent for at least 10 minutes to get all the oxygen out of the pressure cooker. If you don't have a propane stove, that's fine. I actually have a sister-in-law that pressure pans, and she's been on her glass cook top. So you can do that just fine. It just, just have to be careful, but yeah, that's totally fine.
Awesome.
So it takes a little while. I'm going to let it vent for 10 minutes. You'll see it when you vent it, and then we'll show you when we get it up to the 10 pounds pressure. So this gauge will tell you at what pound pressure it is, and then we set the timer once it gets to the 10 pound mark.
Okay. After it steams for 10 minutes. Okay. Awesome.
Okay, so here we are. We've got the fire underneath it, the heat underneath the pressure cooker, so we let it vent for 10 minutes, and then we put the weight on. The weight is this is the weight, and that's going to keep it at 10 pounds per pressure. There's different weights. You can buy different weights for different poundage.
Oh.
Yeah, so this one's a 10-pound weight. You can also buy a 15-pound weight.
Oh.
So once you put that on, then this safety valve pops up, and then it's going to start building pressure. So we're now at 5 pounds per pressure, and we are going to wait till it gets up to 10 pounds of pressure before we start our timer for 90 minutes.
Awesome.
This particular recipe took 90 minutes to cook. Once it's finished, you want to turn off the burner and make sure that before you open the pressure cooker, it returns down to 0 pressure and that the safety valve is pushed down so it's not popped up any longer. Then it's safe to open up the pressure canner, and voila! Your canning project is complete. Be sure to use care and safety while lifting the hot jars outside of the pressure cooker. Let them cool and enjoy. Thanks for watching today's show. I hope you enjoyed it and are getting ready to can some of those delicious Mexican beans up that Jeannie showed us. I'm Samantha Janes, and we'll see you next time.